All right, we're gonna get started now. Hurry up and get off the stage, it's hot up here. Good afternoon, everybody. We're excited today to kick off Safe Summer. I want to thank everybody for being out here today. I also want to just recognize, most importantly, the entire Safe Streets team. Let's give them a big round of applause. Clap for yourselves. For me, it's always a blessing to be with my Safe Streets family and to promote peace and unity. But just in case, I just want to let y'all know, everybody that had a fan in their hand, that was waving it, that said something about my shorts, memes will be coming. Memes will be coming. That's what happened when you got a photographer. I ain't even got to take the picture myself. But listen, what you guys do every day, you know, is extremely important to me. And when you think about the impact of the work, we have to recognize again the continued progress that we're seeing and historic progress that we're seeing in reducing homicides and shootings in Baltimore. As of yesterday, homicides were down an additional 24%, and non-fatal shootings were down an additional 24%. And for those who don't know, through 5 months of the year, we have the lowest amount of violence in over 50 years in the city of Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
And that progress would not be possible without the folks that you see here, the entire Safe Streets team, who do work every day and every night to help that become a reality. So far this year, they have mediated over 1,100 potentially violent conflicts. Let me do a little translation for some folks who might not understand. If they did not talk to these individuals and get them into a better understanding, someone would have ended up being shot. So we have to thank them for that work to preventing people from resorting to violence. And while we are seeing progress when it comes to public safety, we all know that this work cannot stop. We're going to keep showing up, keep investing, keep supporting Safe Streets, keep supporting all our community partners who are helping to flood our communities with the resources and love that they need. And this is how we will make summer safe. It's not just about mediating conflicts, it's about empowering our communities and really treating violence as a public health issue by getting at the root causes. This is the work that Safe Streets does year in and year out, and we are doubling down this summer and every day in support of that shared vision for a better Baltimore. And as our slogan for this year says, we are making a difference, piece by piece. Thank you, everybody, and I'll turn it over to Director Mavronis.
Thank you, Mayor Scott. We know this summer is a time for community. It's a time to be outside, and it's also a time where we see higher levels of gun violence historically in our city. And so that's why it's so important that Safe Streets staff across Baltimore collectively wrap their arms around our communities, mobilize resources to address the root causes of violence, and continue to foster a sense of communal responsibility around safety in and around our 10 sites. Public safety does not exist in a vacuum. Intervening in and preventing violence takes all of us working together. It takes Safe Streets. It takes the work that MONSE does. It takes the work of our community violence intervention ecosystem partners. And it takes the work of our community. It's work we have to make the choice to do every single day. And we must be intentional about bringing our neighbors in, making that choice as a village, and making sure everyone from our young people to our older adults are engaged in that process all summer long. This is a continuation of the city's broader Safe Summer strategy and our engagement strategies, and one of the many ways that we're doubling down on making sure we can sustain the great progress that we're seeing across Baltimore, which the mayor just mentioned. I want to encourage everyone to check out our Safe Summer events and other violence prevention events, which we hosted on the MONSE website. You can go to monse.baltimorecity.gov/violence-prevention-events. And if you're looking for youth-specific opportunities, be sure to visit www.bemorethisSummer.org. With that, I'm going to turn the mic over to another important part of the Safe Streets family, Marty Henson, who is here to speak on behalf of LifeBridge Center for Hope. Marty?
All right. Thank you. I just want to take a quick moment, you know what I mean, to give God some praise
because a lot of people had plans to wake up this morning and weren't able to do so. So I think we should all be appreciative that we were amongst the roll call this morning. It's extremely pleasing to be a part of whenever we are doing something positive in our community, because far too often it is brought upon the narratives that we don't spread love amongst each other, that we don't spread resources amongst each other, that we don't work together, we don't have fun together. So I'm extremely proud to be out here today. I just want to encourage everybody to be respectful, show up with love. Let's have a great time. Let's have an awesome time. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it simple. This is an opportunity for us to engage. This is an opportunity for us to have fun. And this is an opportunity for us to share amongst one another ideas and real solutions to help curb the violence in our city. Thank each and every one of you for showing up today. We are thankful. We are appreciative. Let's have some fun, and God bless you all.
Thanks for my introduction. Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Greg Marshburn, and I'm Director of Catholic Charities Safe Streets programs. We operate 4 of the city's 10 sites, those in Brooklyn, Cherry Hill, Penn North, and Sandtown. To be honest, some of the people are surprised that Catholic Charities is involved with Safe Streets. After all, we're a nonprofit, probably best known for providing meals, shelter, mental health, and other related services to those in need. In fact, Catholic Charities operates more than 80 diverse programs, all of them focused in one way or another on helping people fulfill their God-given potential. About 10 years ago, the head of Catholic Charities concluded that we could not help people in the city achieve their goals unless they were safe from direct violence and trauma. That violence inflicts on others, including our children. And so they hired me, and we launched our first Safe Street sites in Sandtown, Winchester. Since then, non-fatal shootings have been declined by more than 30%, and murders have dropped by more than 40%. Now let me be crystal clear. I'm not claiming credit. I'm not claiming victory. Crime reduction is a team effort, led by our tremendous mayor, Mayor Brandon Scott. And we have more work to do until we get to zero.
That's right.
And as in 0 shootings and 0 homicides. That's what we want and what we deserve. I want to know something important. I want you to know something important as we kick off Safe Summer today. None of us can just stand by and wait for change. We all need to be change agents. We need you to help us make good news. Here's how we can contribute. Be active in your communities. Help to keep them clean. Introduce yourself and communicate with your neighbors. Promote positivity with words and actions. If you live in a Safe Street zone, talk to us. We're not trying to hide from you. And those fluorescent orange shirts, that's for sure. We want to stand out for you because we want you to stand up for you. If you'll let us know what you need and the challenges are, and we do our best to connect you with available resources to help you. We're trained to assist you in this way. We're also highly trained to interrupt and intervene in potentially violent conflicts. And our track record of success is growing longer and longer. Thanks to Mayor Brandon Scott and his team, and thanks to you all. At Catholic Charities, we celebrate a call to action that we find in Scripture, the call to love your neighbor. I encourage you to answer that call. If each of us love a neighbor as we love ourselves, our whole city will enjoy the safety and security we all want and need and deserve. Let's keep the good news coming, Baltimore. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I only got 5 minutes, so this is going to be quick. First, I'd like to take a moment of silence, because while we stand here to make a greater difference in what has to go forward against gun violence and tragic deaths, we can't forget the people that have passed on and the families that are continually affected by what takes place after someone loses a loved one. So briefly, I want to take a few minutes or 1 second or 10 seconds or any amount of time for a moment of silence. Thank you. Because it only takes a split second to make a difference. And those amongst our 10 Safe Street sites take those seconds to make a difference. Those amongst the community based organizations take the opportunity to put together a plan so we can have some type of benefit. I stand to you here today honored to see a dream come true. I didn't know in 06 and 07 that picking in the mayor's office to keep the Safe Streets program would turn into this with Dante Barksdale. And amongst other people that have pushed the narrative to make sure we have a safe community in Baltimore City. But this is a campaign program. And in this campaign program, we can't do it without a strong vote. And that strong vote today, I say, is simply reach the young people as much as we can. As I said, I stand here as a volunteer. My name is Sheik Johnson, baby, but who I am doesn't even matter. What work can we do together? I give honor to the 10 Safe Street sites who lay their life on the line and do things that half of the city don't even see. Half of the city don't have an idea of the work that's being put on behind the scene, just as no people see all the work that the mayor is doing, that the governor's office is doing, that LifeBridge is doing, that Catholic Charities is doing, and the unlimited amount of funding that's needed to make sure somebody saved their life. But as you see, as I heard about that fluorescent orange shirt, you got people that's not afraid. So for my religious people, because I come from a religious background, I know I ain't got much time left, I come from a religious background, these are your missionaries. These are the angels. These are your Shiites. These are the ones that don't care about what they got to do to go into these communities, who put the target on their back every day. A conflict can break out at any given time, and like the fire department, like the police department, like our ambulance, they running to the issue instead of running from the issue. So when you hear them shots ringing out, know that Safe Streets team, Bel Air Edison, Brooklyn, Belvedere, Franklin Square, Park Heights, Cherry Hill, Woodburn, I don't want to leave nobody out, but just know that they running. They're the ones running to find out who we gotta comfort next. With that said, it's just not enough time to talk about what we need to do, but I'm grateful for this opportunity. And again, this is a dream come true to see how this program has evolved, and we wanted to go further. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any questions from our friends in the media? Once, twice, gone.
That's right.